So it's rare that I talk about NASCAR on this channel, but I found this story really interesting. And that is that Brad Keselowski has been offered by Roush Fenway Racing to be the next driver owner in NASCAR. And the reason why I find this story to be really interesting is that 2021, going into the season, it was a contract year for him. So it was unknown if he was going to return to Penske Racing beyond the 2021 season. And throughout the weeks, it has been speculated if he would return to Penske or not. And what makes this interesting and what sticks out to me on it was the rumors that took place after the Daytona 500, where Keselowski was really upset with Joey Logano and that he wasn't talking to him and they weren't on talking terms. After the two of them were running first and second on the final lap of that Daytona 500, and they both got caught up in that last lap accident. But now he's being offered a deal with Roush Fenway Racing to be the next driver owner in NASCAR. So it would be like Denny Hamlin right now, except he's not with 2311 Racing, but he has part ownership in it. But in my opinion, though, if Keselowski were to just go from Penske to Roush, I think that's a major downgrade for him. I mean, back in the day, Roush Fenway Racing was really good. Back in 2005, I mean, you had a really stacked group. I mean, you had Carl Edwards, you had Matt Kenseth, you had Mark Martin, Greg Biffle, and Kurt Busch. I mean, that was the dream team back then. And now it's just Ryan Newman and Chris Buescher. And if he were to actually move on to Roush Fenway Racing, what does this mean for Ryan Newman and Chris Buescher? Does it mean that Ryan Newman retires? Because some NASCAR fans are speculating that maybe Ryan Newman is going to retire at the end of the 2021 season. Because we have seen a lot of NASCAR drivers retire in recent years. I mean, we've seen Dale Jr. retire, we've seen Jimmy Johnson retire, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards, which I believe was the most shocking of them all, because when Carl Edwards retired, he was not even at the prime in his career yet. I mean, he was in championship contention consistently, almost every single season. But if I had to guess, I think that Keselowski, I think he stays with Penske Racing, mainly because I think he's going to realize that it's going to be a major downgrade if he does that. And I think rumors have kind of intensified mainly because of, it's not a bad start to the season, but it's a bad start compared to maybe last season when Keselowski was really one of the main three drivers that were winning on a consistent basis, because last year, at least towards the end of the season, it was either Keselowski, Harvick, or Hamlin that would win the race every week, at least towards the final couple of races of the season when Chase Elliott came out of nowhere to win the final two races of the year. So Keselowski only has one win this season, which it's not bad compared to Harvick, Hamlin, and Elliott, who haven't won a race yet this season. But in a sense, it could be bad compared to last season. And I think that's why rumors have kind of been intensified throughout recent weeks. But if he does go to Penske, I mean, let's just say he takes over the 6 for Ryan Newman because Ryan Newman retires. Maybe the reason why he's been offered this at this point in the season, maybe Roush Racing, they know that Ryan Newman retires at the end of 2021. I mean, who would take over the 2 car? I mean, Matt DiBenedetto would be at least the first name that comes to my mind that would take over, because DiBenedetto may not have a win yet in NASCAR, but he has come close several times. And I believe he's finished second at least 2 or 3 times in his career. And I think he would have won Talladega if Blaney would have helped him at the end of that race. So DiBenedetto, I think, if he gets put in the right equipment, I think he can be a competitor week in and week out. Because we know DiBenedetto isn't going to return to the Wood brothers after this season, and they're going to have Austin Cindric drive the 21 for the Wood brothers full time starting in 2022. But NASCAR fans, leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. Is Brad Keselowski going to take this offer to go to Roush Fenway Racing, leaving Penske? And if he does, who takes over that 2 car? Is it Matt DiBenedetto, or is it going to be somebody else? Like, is it going to be one of the young and up-and-coming drivers in the Xfinity Series, like Noah Gragson, or even Harrison Burton? Or will it maybe, or can we see Justin Allgaier come back into the Cup Series? Well, people probably call that the Monster Energy Series now, but I still think that some people maybe still call it the Cup Series. But still, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.